Greetings everyone. In this video we'll be looking at NCEA Level 1 Mathematics Common Assessment task on algebra. So some of the skills that will be demonstrated in this video will be expanding single brackets and then simplifying by collecting like terms. Expanding means multiplying each of the term inside the bracket by the expressions outside the brackets. So the goal is to remove the bracket by multiplying. For example, if it says expand 3 into a plus 5, we know that this means that there are 3 lots of a plus 5s, and I can write that as a plus 5 plus a plus 5 plus a plus 5, and if I combine a's together and 5's together like terms, I get 3a plus 15. So this is writing in expanded form. We can use a shortcut to easily answer questions like this, but you need to know that 3 into a plus 5 means 3 lots of a plus 5s. So in short, if I'm doing the same problem, I can go 3 into a plus 5, and if I take the number outside the bracket and multiply by each and everything that's inside the bracket, I will be able to remove the bracket. So 3 times a plus the second term inside the bracket is 5, so 3 times 5, and we can quickly simplify that. 3 times a is 3a, and 3 times 5 is positive 15. So you can see it's pretty easy, but we need to know that each of these arrows here means we are multiplying. So to remove the bracket, we need to multiply the expression that's outside. So in this case, we had a constant 3, so 3 is multiplied by everything inside the bracket. So in this case, we've got the same answer in 2 different ways. What I would suggest is always double check. We can also use distributive law. It says a into b plus c is same as ab, because a times b is ab, plus a times c is ac, and visually you can see what it looks like here. So if I'm representing this using a rectangle, I can see the height of this rectangle here is a, and then the length of the rectangle is split into b and c. So if the distance from there to there is b, and from there to there is c, if I get the total length of this rectangle, it will be b plus c, which is here. And then if I'm multiplying that by a, which is the height of this rectangle, or the width, and then if I find the area of this rectangle, I can go a times b plus c, and in short, I can find the area of the 2 smaller rectangles and add them up. So if I'm doing that, I will get a times b, ab, and then a times c to get ac. And if I add them up, I will get the total area that I'm after, which will be ab plus ac. So we can see that these 2 expressions are same. So on the left hand side, a into b plus c is same as ab plus ac, as you can see here in this diagram. So using this logic, we can also expand and simplify algebraic expressions. So for example, if we look at expand y into y plus 5, so if I'm answering this question, I can draw a grid, and then y plus 5 is the length here, and then y is the height there, then y times y is y squared, and y times positive 5 is 5y, and then just putting those together, y into y plus 5 is equal to y squared plus 5y. So using the grids, you can clearly see the area of each section. Next example, if I'm looking at numbers only, I know 2 plus 3 is 5, but then I'm using the distributive law. I get 4 times 2 plus 4 times 3, which is 8 plus 12, 20, and I could have already done 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20 as well. So you can see it works, and I can quickly use the distributive law now. So 5 times x, and then 5 times y, so 5 times x is 5x plus 5y. Next example, 3 into 2x, so 3 times 2x is 6x, and then 3 times 4 is 12. Pretty easy, as you can see. And then you need to be very careful with negative numbers now. So negative 4 times 3x Right, so circle them, and then you're multiplying to get rid of the brackets here. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 12x, and then negative 4 times negative 2, two negatives will multiply to positive 8. So the final answer is minus 12x plus 8. Now you cannot further simplify this because these two are unlike terms. This one has got variable x, this one doesn't. Next example, 5a into 2a plus 6. So same procedure. So 5a into 2a is 10a squared, and then 5 times 6 is 30, so 30a. So we'll have a look at more examples. So in this case, it is 3 into x plus y plus 2 into x plus 2y. So it says expand and simplify this. If you're given questions like this, you do each bracket at a time. So in this case, 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times y is 3y, and then plus 2 times x is 2x, and then 2 times 2 is 4y, and then you can collect like terms together. So 3x plus 2x is 5x, 3y plus 4y is 7y. So we just put that together, and you cannot further simplify this because you've got two different variables. That means these terms are unlike, so you stop there. Second one, 7x take away y, so 7x minus 7y, and then 2x plus 2y, and then collect like terms and go from there. So 7x plus 2x is 9x, minus 7y plus 2y, be careful with this, minus 7y plus 2y is minus 5y. Next one, if you're given 2y into 3y plus 2 minus 5y into y minus 4, be careful with these negative numbers here. I would suggest you can pause the video and try this yourself and see if your answer matches with the one in this video. So if I'm expanding that, 2 times 3 is 6, so 6y times y is y squared, so 6y squared plus 4y minus 5y squared, and then negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20y. So just be careful with this one. Two negatives multiplies to a positive, and then you collect like terms. So 6y squared and minus 5y squared are like terms because they're same variables with same power, and 6 take away 5 is 1, so you're left with y squared, and then 4y plus 20y is 24y. So we'll quickly look at a few more examples. I would suggest if you can pause the video and try these yourself. So 2 into 3x plus 7 minus 5 into 2x minus 3. So more with negative ones for more practice. So this gives you 6x plus 14, the first bracket. So expand each bracket separately and then put them together. So minus 5 times 2x is minus 10x, and negative times negative is positive 15. 5 times 3, and then collect like terms. Second one here, so 4x into 2x, so 8x squared, and then 4x times negative 1 is negative 4x, and then negative 3x times 4x is negative 12x squared, and negative 3x times 2 is negative 6x, and then collect like terms. So we get 8x squared minus 12x squared is minus 4x squared, and minus 4x minus 6x is minus 10x. So please be careful with the negative numbers. Last one here, so 4 into 3x plus 2, take away x minus 5. So in this case, we have got invisible negative 1 in front of the brackets, which is over here. So be mindful of that. And then I've got negative 1 here, so it is multiplied by everything inside the second bracket there. So 4 times 3x is 12x, 4 times 2 is 8, minus 1 times x is minus 1x or minus x, and then negative times negative is positive 5, and 12x take away x is 11x, and then 8 plus 5 is 13, and that gives you 11x plus 13. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.